everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jenna Redfield. Today is a very exciting day because I'm going to be walking through the 2024 updates to all of my Notion templates, all of my 3 premium templates that I have created for you guys. They are available in a few different ways. You can buy them individually. You can buy the content calendar template. You can buy the ADHD life tracker template. The business template is only available in either the bundle or inside of Notion Foundations All Access, which I think is the best deal. You get all 3 templates as well as a ton of trainings, a ton of courses on how to use Notion. So that is how you can find them below. I'll leave all the links. But today I'm going to be walking through, a lot of people have asked me, like, how do I use these templates? They have been changed and updated over the years, and I haven't made any new videos. So I thought I would walk through today how to use all 3 of them. Without further ado, let's get started. Make sure to check out all the links below to learn more. All right, guys, so today I'm going to be walking you through my ADHD life tracker template as my first one. Then I'm going to be walking through the content calendar template and finally ending with the business planner template. Let's walk through this. So the first thing that you're going to see is my 13 pillars. If you don't know much about the 13 pillars, highly recommend taking Simplify Your Digital Life. It's also available in Notion Foundations, or you can grab it for $27. I literally walk through the 13 pillars, how to use it not only in Notion, but also in your life. One thing you may notice is that this is an update to the template. I have a new category over here called active. Now, what this does is it actually is a shortcut to the items that I would consider active. These are the ones that you are going to be working on for yourself. If you missed one of my last videos, I talk about my new framework called the Productivity Express framework. What this does is it actually has 3 different types of statuses. So we've got the roadmap, which is the active projects, and that is green. We've got the parking lot, which is blue, and then the garage or the archive, which is silver. So now I have changed all of the different statuses on this Notion template to be green, blue, or silver based off of where it is. So you'll see that as we go through. I just wanted to note that if you didn't know, I've changed all of that, and I'll kind of explain as we go. So the first thing that you see when you join this template is you'll see the 13 pillars as well as the active area. Now, what this does is, let's give an example. If I open client operations, this is a shortcut to the section in the tag or knowledge vault. You'll see it's a related it's a linked view of the database for the ADHD tag knowledge vault. And now I have all the items that are in the ADHD tag and knowledge vault immediately accessible. So for me, this is a really quick shortcut to specifically the tag and knowledge vault. Now, if I open the tag and knowledge vault, you will see, again, this is in list view, all the different categories, and you'll see them drop down. So the exact same thing that you saw there is now available here. Let me give some other examples. For entertainment, we've got all the different categories. One thing to note, I also added this, which I think is helpful. If it has an asterisk, that means there's another database inside of it. So for example, movies has its own database inside. Now you can add your own databases, but these are the ones that actually come with additional databases. So we've got over here movies, and again, you can see the status has been changed. We've got not started as blue, in progress as green, and then seen as the archive, and that is going to be like a silver color. So I've made that consistent across all of the different databases. So that is kind of, again, going back to the homepage, kind of how it's structured is we start off with just some shortcuts to each section of the Notion ADHD Life Tracker Tag and Knowledge Vault. So as we go, and you'll see that in all of them. So you can open all of them, check that out. We'll kind of go through that as we go. Okay, so then down here, you've got just like a date and whether you can change it to your city. And then I added some other shortcuts. These are, to me, the most active pages that I personally use and that I think you could also use as well. Down here, we have even more shortcuts that you can, again, like I'm just giving you lots of options for how you want to view things. So if you, instead of using buttons, maybe you'd rather just see the grocery planner, you can see as we go across, we've got all the different items. So that's just, again, there's a lot of ways to use this template, and I have made it easy for you. I even have additional ones down here if you want to view it that way. So as we go through, I kind of want to walk through each of the main databases. Again, the ones that have databases within them. We've kind of walked through the tag and knowledge vault. That's kind of the brain, the hub of everything. It literally houses all of the main pages in the tag and knowledge vault. And then we have some within it. So for example, business projects. This is actually a filtered view of the business project within the tag and knowledge vault. So we've got things like, all the things I'm working on when it comes to business. And then again, we've got the action items as well. We will go through that as we go through this. All right, let's go to the first one, which is our to-do list. All right, so the next one we have is the to-do list. Now you can view this in different ways. This one's organized by pillar. This one you can see all tasks, so you can have it sorted by, I guess, general thing that you want to do. Over here we've got priority, the status like we mentioned before, what tag it's involved in, the pillar, just a lot of stuff over here. But again, like this is just generally a way that you can organize it the way that you want. If you want to see everything, you can go over here, and again, you can sort it by pillars, or you can sort it however you want to sort it. But that is, again, to-do list. We've done a lot of videos on that, but that is how that is set up. All right, let's go back to here. So then we've got the goals and vision board. So again, this is kind of the outcome goals, and all the different goals within there. The status, we've got, the percentage. So this is actually a formula, so you can actually track how close you are to the goal, especially, for example, if you're trying to lose 20 pounds and you are at 5, you are 25% of the way there, and you can see that right over there. So that's a really great way to see your goals and vision board. The next one, saving target. This is a newish one. Very, very similar. You have the current and target goals for that. Maybe you're saving up for something. These are just ones that I kind of had some ideas for, and you can see there's even images for some of these. Again, delete all these if you want. These are all ones that I've added to my savings target, and I just use them as example data. So you can just literally delete them, start over with any of these that you have. Once you duplicate it into your Notion, it should be good to go. You can just delete all of the data. So this is another thing I like to keep track of, is things that are on my shopping list. These are not food items. It's everything but food items. So you can see here, you can see it this way. I like to see this in board view, so you can organize it right here. We have it organized by the tag and knowledge vault. Otherwise, you can organize it by, priority. You can view it however you want. And again, all of these, you can view them in up to 6 different ways. You can filter views. We've done so many videos on this before, and I go much deeper into it in Notion Foundations, how to use Notion. This video is specifically walking through what each of the templates includes. If you really want to learn Notion, go check out Notion Foundations All Access. I really walk through each different thing. All right, so products and assets. I've done a whole video of this on how I do it with my own life, but I have all the different rooms. So for example, if you want to organize all of your clothes, we have things like purses, hats. You can literally document and build an entire wardrobe on Notion. You can plan your outfits. There's so many ways you can use this. Organize it by color. You can organize it by store that you buy it at. What brand is it? How much does it cost? Again, you don't have to do all this, but it's available for you if you want to. Then we move into the entertainment. We got things like TV, movies, podcasts, YouTube. This is to track, where you're at. So for example, like I can see what TV shows am I watching right now? Where am I at? Am I not started Parks and Rec? Or maybe I'm done with it. You can truly change and choose where that is. I even add what app it's on. So I know that Parks and Rec is on Peacock, and I'm pretty sure Chuck is as well. But again, I don't know, maybe it's on HBO Max. I'm not sure, but that's also on there. So you can literally tag, if you don't remember which app that you're subscribed to, it's now within the apps list. Again, status, all that stuff. Same with movies. You can organize it by status. You could even add a different board view. So let's, maybe you just saw Where the Crawdads Sing and you want to have that specifically on there. There's so many ways that you can use this. So same thing with podcasts. It's almost the exact same. We've got the status, are you listening to it now? How are you playing it? That sort of thing. YouTube, we've got, again, status, what tag it's linked to, and the platform. All right, over here we've got grocery list. Now this has been updated a lot in the last month. So basically we've got, again, if you scroll down, these are all the items that you could ever think of. I've spent so much time building this out. There's over 450 different items in here. So instead of having you build this for yourself, it's just available right here. We have all the statuses. We've got out of stock, running low, in stock. For me, what I do is then I decide, okay, well, what's out of stock? I then create a grocery list where this is filtered to only show things that are either on the grocery list or running low, so that I know the next time I need to go grocery shopping, I can just pull up Notion, see what is there. It's a really, really great system, and I use this actually in my real life. All right, let's go back to this page. All right, so we've got the grocery list, the meals. The meals, again, is like a way to plan and have all your recipes ready to go. So there's a couple different views. I kind of like this view a little bit more recently. So you've got, like, for example, let's say we've got this spirulina smoothie. Over here, you can see the ingredients. Looks like we've only tagged 2 of the ingredients, so let's add some more. We've got chia, right? Chia seeds. Let's keep adding them. So you can see that you can link all of the different things that are in it. So then when you go over there, you can see exactly which ingredients are part of this. So let's do almond milk. We've got everything available. So it's very, very easy way for you to have the directions here. You can even add it from a website using the Notion link, or the Notion saver. I forget what it's called. It's a Chrome extension that allows you to save stuff. You can save that into your meal planner, which is super cool. I think I have some examples of that actually, but it's just a really, really nice way to do it. Moving into books, this is one of my favorite ways to use Notion, is to write book notes. So you can list all your books here. I prefer to view it in board view, so you can see where you are. Is it in progress? Are you done? Let's say that we're done with Atomic Habits. One thing you can do is then you can add new book, which is a template button. And then what it does is it creates a table of contents for you. And then within each chapter, you can add notes. Super, super helpful. All right, so that's the books one. Let's move on. We've got the daily routine. This is actually what this template is named after. We have everything is filtered to today's date. So you can open this up and you can actually track your entire day. And as you switch the categories to done, you will see that the progress moves. So it's really cool. It actually has a formula that allows you to do that. And it's a really great system. So there's a ton of things, again, with tracking when it comes to this one, and it even links over to things like meals. It links over to things like outfits, so you can actually, track how often you're wearing your outfit. You can see how many vitamins you've taken or which ones. This links over to the supplements area. Again, this is all super inner detailed, and I have spent so much time making this that it has so much to it. All right. Let's move on to journaling guide. This is actually a new one. I did a whole video on journaling, but if you want, you can basically just build a new date. So let's just build November 27th. And you can, let's go back. Let's go here. You can choose, I have a bunch of different types of prompts for this journaling. We've got things like daily diary, morning pages, mindfulness journaling. You can literally pick one. So let's pick this one. And you can see that it comes up with some ideas for you. So it might take a second to load, but this is actually part of this as well. So you can see here, we've got some prompts, we've got idea journaling, and then right here. So it's very, very helpful for you to be able to do that. All right. Let's go down to here. So now we've got all of the different things. These are all the main ones that I've seen. I wanted to walk through a little bit more, but you can see here, it's again, just different views of those same things that we talked about before. The daily action list. We've got the brain, which is movies and podcasts, TV shows, books, YouTube. So this is just, again, another view of that. But let's go back to the tag and knowledge vault. I wanted to show you guys this new feature with the action items. So I added a new parent item called action items. And these are all the things that are basically things that you're working on now actively. So for example, you've got the product shopping list or the review cycles. This is actually one that's interesting. If you can see, it scrolls down. We have weeks, months, quarters, years. And then everything is linked. So if you open years, you can see everything is sorted by year. You can see the goals, you can see the quarters, if you have different things. So they're interlinked between all of them, which is kind of fun. You don't have to use them, but I just thought it was helpful. So this is really so when I was creating this tag and knowledge vault, some of the things I was working on were active. These are things that I was consistently using. So that's why I moved them into action items. But a lot of the stuff in Notion is just resources. It's notes, it's information. And so for me, what I did for a lot of them was I created where I didn't add them to the active and they were considered something else. I did a whole video recently about this, but yes, I just wanted to share that with you guys, make it a little bit easier to understand that there is a ton of new features in these templates. And again, if you need more help, please go to Notion Foundations All Access. I go through all of this more in detail in terms of how to use Notion. So that is some of the updates to the ADHD Life Tracker template. Let's move into the content calendar template and we'll walk through some updates for that. Okay, so the next template I want to talk about is the content and marketing calendar plan template. This can be bought for $15 or it's available as part of either the bundle or the Notion Foundations All Access. So how this works is you can see it's literally set up like a calendar. So you can go over to the table and then you can have all the different pieces. I've sorted it by 2 different types, long form and short form. So you can open up all of these. So again, these are all example topics, but you see over here they link to what project they're promoting. So the call to action, the offer, content pillars. So what are they about? The publish date, the daily theme, if you want to make like a daily theme for yourself, priority level, status. So is this being worked on? Is this a potential idea? And then if it's linked to any people. So maybe you're mentioning someone. So that is, and you can see it in different views. You can see it weekly. You can see it in board view. Again, this is just the start of how that works. Down here, we have a ton of different quick links. So we've got things like your offers, lead magnets, and then I organized it by the Alex Hormozi book, $100 Million Leads. He kind of organizes everything into the following. He's got warm outreach, cold outreach, content, paid ads. Those are the 4 different types of ways that you can grow a business, as well as the 4 different types of lead getters. So we've got customers, employees, affiliates, and agencies. So if you open each of those, they all have information in them. But it's very, very similar to the ADHD Life Tracker template in the fact that there is a knowledge vault, which again is the main way that I organize it. However, it doesn't have all the 13 pillars because within the content and marketing, it doesn't need all of them. I also added the active area here. So these are all the things that you're actively working on. So for example, Facebook posts or Google My Business posts. These are things that you're actively doing. So we have those set here. Everything else, for example, if we go down to content creation, if it has almost like a storage bin, that means it's just information. So for example, if I have information about Facebook ads, this is where I would put it. If I have information about my design, like my brand assets, that's not really an active thing. Yes, I'm technically actively using my brand assets, but they're not something I'm working on as like a project. So it's basically like future, current, and past. And all of this is past because it's just information. But sometimes you'll see if it has the green writing, that means that it's a current thing. So if I open up marketing goals, you'll see that I actually have a database here that has information about the things that I want to hit. So for example, I want to hit 1,000 email subscribers, a 10% email open rate. These are things, and again, just like we did in some of the other ones, these have goals as well. So if you're running a business and you really want to work on content marketing, this is really going to focus on the things that you want to actually be working on. Also things like a CRM. So actually having all your clients in here. We've got things like testimonials, all the things that you need. This is actively being used. And there's a lot of times databases within. So that's kind of how the content and marketing one is set up. Again, I don't know, I might do a fuller video on this just because there are a lot of pieces, but a lot of these are just links to specific pages within the content tag and knowledge vault. And then down here again, just like you always have to have your goals set. But this is really the main area here is for you to start planning your content and figure out, okay, so if I have a YouTube video, for example, let's just type in like YouTube video. You can add all the different details about it. What's the goal of the video? Let's sell Notion templates. Let's just say that's what it is, which is an active thing. You can, again, fill it out. Okay, when's it going to be published? It's going to be published on Sunday. So now when you go to the monthly calendar, you should see it. Okay, so we had to hide the sub items in the view. So basically you can see it in here, which is very, very helpful. So it's a very, very easy way to do this. And I think it's very helpful for people that are running any type of content. All right, so the last one that we have is the online business tracker template. So just like all the other ones, this is set up the exact same way. There are some additional areas. So for example, if you work in an office building, there's some things inside of this, which I've kind of added. So different things link over to this. But some of the other ones are more like business relationships and networking. So there's just different categories and pillars in here. Down here, what I've done is I've also added some shortcuts to some of the most commonly used ones, as well as I added drop downs down here. These are kind of the main ones that we use. Almost all of these are the same, so I'm not really going to go through them. There are some additional ones, for example, employees. So if you have a list of employees, this is one of them. I'm trying to think. So this content calendar actually links over to the other one. So that's really nice that you get both of those once you download that. Again, business projects, this is more businessy based. So the reason that I make this separate than the ADHD life tracker template is some people just have a business and they want to have this separate from their personal life. So this is just an idea. If you want to have your online business separate from your ADHD life tracker template, this is the way to do it. I personally have multiple different Notion accounts. So I kind of have different businesses. And so for me, I just kind of have them separately depending on what it is. But I will say that the to-do list is actually linked, I believe, to the to-do list that is on the ADHD life tracker template. So you have only one to-do list, which is very, very nice, so that you don't have to have multiple to-do lists. I think that would get very confusing. Everything else is separate, but the to-do list is the one that really links to everything. So anyways, I hope that this was helpful. This online business tracker is only available as part of the bundle or inside of Notion Foundations All Access. Let me know if you have any other questions. I know this is a lot of information, but I just wanted to kind of make an updated tutorial of how each of them works and kind of why I use them the way that I do. I don't really focus too much on aesthetics. I'm very, very simple and I want it to make sense. So I hope that this makes sense for you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.